Welcome to the LabHYRA Demo video. LabHYRA is an application that can provide you with important information about the potential hazards of the chemical you are planning to work with. The screen you're looking at right now is where you will input your chemical of choice. There are about 2,000 chemicals in the database, and you can do this either with this CAS number drop down screen. We select from that, or you can select from by name there, or as we're going to do here, we're going to actually type in the CAS number for methanol, methyl alcohol, and let's see if I got it right. Yes, methyl alcohol comes up. So we just press run LabHYRA button, and we will now see the results which are presented here. Let's go a quick tour around the screen. First of all, we have on the left hand panel a list of properties that LabHYRA considers when attempting to provide an overall assessment for the chemicals. And you can see that some of them are 0, some of them are 1s, there are some 4s in here, and all these ratings on a basis of 0 through 4 are rolled up into the overall hazard rating. You can see here that, for example, the GHS information has concerns about target organ toxicity, and that ranks to 4. Flammability, it is a class 1B flammable liquid, so it's a pretty flammable liquid, difficult to handle, possibly. But let's then the second area here, this middle screen, gives us just the highlights about particular properties, acute health hazards, for instance, exposure to high concentrations of vapor may cause, and it goes off the screen. No worries about that. And it's a possible teratogen and so on. If we want to find out more information, more detailed information, we go to this right-hand screen. So, for example, pressing the Tox and Exposure Standards buttons gives us the LC50, the TLC0, and the LC50 for intravenous exposure by a rat or by exposure by a rat. You can see that this information is a lot more detailed. Let's go to the flammability, and we get the flammability information for methanol. Wide flammable limits, 6 to 36%. Flash point is pretty low, and so this is really a flammable liquid. It could be difficult to handle, especially in the presence of sources of ignition. Let's look at handling and storage. More details, information here, some information about adverse health effects, materials that it reacts with. The reactions in several instances can be violent. By the way, the odor threshold for methanol is greater than the STL. If we were looking back at the exposure screen, bring that back up here, you can see the STL is 250. The odor threshold is 300, and so the odor threshold is above the STL. That means it's not a good odor is not a good provider of overexposure warning. And you can, at your leisure, you can go through and pick off these detailed buttons. Let's go back to the summary page, because I want to show you one thing that I think is very important. Down on the bottom row here, you see a button called Audit Form. And this is an audit form for, in this particular case, custom design for methanol. The program takes the information that was available on those screens that we were just looking at and converts them into areas of concern. So, for example, flammable liquid. Class 1B tells you what it is, and it asks the obvious question: are ignition sources identified and eliminated? So, you've got two questions. Are these concerns with appropriate hazards currently part of the emergency response or chemical hygiene plan? Yes or no? If no, then will these concerns be addressed prior to working with this chemical? Clearly, if the answer to the first question is no, the answer to the second question in the end needs to be yes. This and the audit form on the next page provides you with, if you wish, by pressing the Print This Page button, a permanent record for the audit that can be filed away to demonstrate that yes, indeed, you went through what was required to ensure that your lines of defense when working with methanol had been satisfied. Now, at this point, we can decide that we've seen enough of this, go to a new chemical, or we can exit LabHYRA. And we go to a new chemical, and you see the screen has been completely flushed out, and we now are ready for a new chemical. So that's a brief look at how LabHYRA can provide you with information you need to understand the potential hazards of your selected chemical. If you would like to get a copy of this program for yourself, please go to the website LabHYRA.com, and that will provide you with details about how to get your copy. Many thanks for watching. And we Control Q.